Hello, good friends. You may have noticed from following my Facebook timeline that I've been talking about Levites a lot these days. I am because a very important thing is happening in relation to the Levitical communities of the Igbo people, or some of them actually. Because throughout the length and breadth of Israel, throughout the length and breadth of Igbo land, of the Igbo society, are embedded communities of Levites. But for now, we are dealing with the clusters where they have the administrative headquarters. About a month ago, I received information from an Igbo of Levitical regions, Nze Clive Afamefuna. He had contacted Obadiah Alliance, the Sephardic Jewish institution which constituted a bedin, a religious court, which looked at the naked facts and gave a groundbreaking ruling that the Igbo people are lineal descendants of the Israelites. He wanted to get information about that ruling. Obadiah Alliance, through its chairman, Dr. Rabbi Hakam Yehonatan Elazar Mota, briefed him and then directed him to have a conversation with me as the Secretary General of Women and Defenders. And much more than that. He got in touch with me and we put heads together and we resolved to do what is going on today. To engage with all the Levites of the Igbos. As we are engaging with the Levites of the Igbos, we will be engaging with the Dayanim, the judges of the Igbos, and as well with the Nazirites of the Igbos and the priests of the Igbos. Interestingly, all these layers of authority which God Himself gave to the Israelites are still extant in the Igbo society today. I'll read out a very little treatise I wrote on the Levites. Mze Clive Afamefuna, the Levite working with Omena and Defenders to update the Igbo Levites, visited my alma mater. I went to Anambra State University of Technology, which is today called Nnamdi Azikiwe University. That's where I acquired my law degree before I proceeded to the Nigeria Law School, Lagos, where I studied to be admitted to the bar. He wrote, Roslyn Nkechi Obiozo is a Unizik librarian with a few members of staff. He went to present to them the monograph where we documented the ruling and our commentary on it. The ruling by Obadiah Alliance and what we think of it. He went to present it to this university, which gave me my first degree. If I don't start telling my children, the Lord God who has blessed me with 3 kids. Igbo people are very proud of some Igbo people are very proud of the word Igbo, IGBO. And I'm saying, if I do not tell these my kids that they are Igbo and what being Igbo means, trust me, they will not know that they are Igbo. We'll get to my basis for saying this. Those of us who grew up in families that respected Omenan and history know that if someone unfortunately took their life, a Wangri priest must be hired to perform Ikwaru, bracket, to purify or cleanse the land, till 2024, if an Igbo person unfortunately takes his own life, the Igbos believe he has offended God and the community, that he has desecrated the land, the community. The land has to be purified. And the certain class of priests do the purification. They are the Levites. This is exactly what the Levites did in biblical Israel. This is what these people that we classify, that call themselves what they are, Levites. This is what they still do among the Igbos. We have been careless since pressure, colonial pressure primarily, and negligence forced us to live on Menana. How many of us remember what I just wrote? Not about purification of the land when somebody takes his life, but that not just everybody does the purification, but the priest from Unri does the purification for it to be effective. Remember, in biblical Israel, the Israelites had to also give space for the Levites to carry out some Levitical, some priestly functions. That is what you find among the Igbos. How many know that if you are not from one of these communities, they are countless in number, but around where you have their headquarters, you have Enugu Agede, you have Enugu Ukwu, you have Aguhunri, you have Norfia, and an offshoot of theirs called Oreiri. This is where you have the administrative headquarters, but they are scattered in all Igbo communities as the Lord Chiukwu decreed that they will be scattered throughout Israel, serving their brother Israelites, working for them, keeping the people and the land connected to the religion, working in consonance with other layers of authority like the Nazarenes, who interestingly, the word their cognomen Nazarene rhymes with the Igbo word Nze. And why wouldn't it? I had a very interesting conversation with one of my blessed associates and colleagues. Igbo language is simply the Hebrew language. The Nazirite was the Nze in biblical Israel. Even the most renegade Igbo knows who the Nze is. The Nze is that man who, or that woman who took an oath of holiness, who abstains from eating profane food, what marked out Samson, the Israelite champion, from birth. The angel told his parents what he would eat and what he would not eat. The Igbo Nze is distinguished by what he can eat or what she can eat and what they cannot eat. So the Levite walks with them, walks with the elders, walks with the Obi, that is the Dayanim. My identity as a Dayanim supersedes my identity as a Levim. I am pretty sure that I'm Levim, I'm Levite from my mother. But because my father is an Obi, I come from the second in hierarchy, the second in age, Obi in my community. There are 4 Obis in my community, in my republic. My family is the second one. We have been judges for centuries. We have the Obi of the community has been in our house for centuries. So my identity as an Obi supersedes my identity as a Levim. So I prefer to address myself as a Dayanim, a descendant of Dayanim, than as a descendant of Levites. Because as Igbos, we are a patrilineal community. You get your identity from your father. You can jump in and support what's going on. By the time the elders of the Igbos are updated, the Levites of the Igbos are updated, the Dayanim of the Igbos are updated, the Nazirites are updated. Note, everybody is encouraged to become a Nazirite so that everybody will remain at that highest level of holiness. You would see the Igbo society standing on its feet again, not to be put down again by anybody. And by the grace of the Lord Chukwu, is going to happen. If you are Igbo, if you love the Igbo people, if you are their ally, find ways of getting involved. These people will be programmed, are being programmed again to rise to the challenge. They have what it takes to produce societies that work. They have done that before. They are going to do it again. Be on their side as they get this done. Thank you.